C. Stop.
Hi, I'm Claire. This is Dressing Room Diaries. I'm here with Jack Savoretti.
Hi.
So this is your first date on your new tour. Are you excited, or how's it going?
Yeah, the first day is always a little bit... It's cool because we're trying out new stuff. So the first day is always a little bit interesting. We're going to see what happens. It's also we're playing new stuff to people that... Usually when you play new stuff, you've got new friends in the crowd. Because new music attracts new people. So it's just going to be interesting to see what happens. But it's exciting.
Because you've been doing it for a while now, how would you say you kind of got started, and sort of a little bit about your journey?
I think the only thing is I just decided to do it. And when I was about 18, 19, I was studying film and I just decided, okay, I want to do this. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to go home and write songs. I might as well try and make a living out of it. And then, you know, it's been a long road. It hasn't been that long. It feels like a lifetime, but it hasn't been that long. But it's just been a road of ups and downs, and I'm just lucky enough that I get to do this tonight, and I get to do it tomorrow night and the night after that, and then I kind of take it every night as it comes. Not to sound like a football manager, but I literally do take it every show at a time and just decide, okay, tonight we're going to do this and focus on that.
I heard you did like a Cafe Nero tour a while ago. How was that, playing in coffee shops as opposed to sort of like clubs and bars and stages and that kind of thing?
It was difficult. I mean, it was cool for Cafe Nero to let me do it, because at the time I really couldn't get a gig anywhere else. And they sort of said, you know, why don't you do a few coffee shops? And what was supposed to be 1 or 2 ended up being 64 Cafe Neros across the country. And they told me actually recently, I've still got the record, because now they're doing the tour quite a bit. And there's a lot of artists doing it, but we've still got the record for the most done. But it was difficult, you know, it was grueling, it was a lot of hard work. I think it was really valuable. First of all, because we found a friend who works at Cafe Nero who always, you know, helps us whenever they can, which is always good in this game. But also because it kind of taught me what works and what doesn't work, and it made me, you know, definitely a louder singer, because I had to sing over coffee machines. But otherwise, yeah.
So what would you say, because you've had some pretty cool kind of gigs so far, touring with Jake Berg, Gabriel Applin, duetting with Sienna Miller, is that right? Yeah. What would you say kind of highlights of your career so far?
I'm lucky enough that I have a few. The Jake Berg tour is definitely a highlight, just because he's got a great crew and he's great and his fans are great. The whole experience was brilliant. We had a particularly good gig in Paris with them. That was just a night I'll remember. Playing the Royal Albert Hall last year was definitely something that I'd always wanted to do, and I'm glad I did it. Now the only thing is that it's for my show. I was lucky enough to open for Jules Holland, so that was cool. But we've got stuff coming up. We're playing with Neil Young in Hyde Park in 1 month, and that's going to be... I'm just glad that I finally got a ticket to go see Neil Young, so yeah, it's going to be cool.
So I saw you when you support Gabriel Applin, and I just kept turning to my friend like, oh, it's amazing. But there were some people behind me who would literally just come to see you, and like they were just they were going mental about you. Like, how does it feel kind of like getting that kind of fan base up and that sort of thing, that you've got kind of supporters?
It feels great. You know, we do this because we want people to like it. Nobody does this because they want to be hated. You know, I mean, it doesn't hurt when people do hate it, because, you know, it's actually sometimes almost more flattering to get such a strong reaction, negative than positive. Any reaction is a good reaction, I think, when you're doing any sort of art. But I'm not going to lie, it's obviously nice when people praise it and get it. It's nice to be understood. I think that's the main thing. So when you've got a room of people who understand you, it's a nice place to be. It's what's addicting about this job is that every night you get to be in a room. Now you get to be in a room. I mean, for the last few years, you're playing in rooms with people that might not necessarily get it, might not necessarily get you, might not want to have anything to do with it. That's difficult, but you got to go through that to then stand in a room filled with people that get it. And it's a lovely, comforting, rewarding, feels like home kind of feeling.
What do you think, if you can come up with this, the hardest and then the easiest decision of your career so far?
Ooh, that's a really good question. You're really proud of it, you say. Sleepless night. The hardest decision I've had to make in this career was probably to keep doing it, because there came a point where I was ready to say, okay, I'm gonna go get a real job, and I thought I just kind of tasted all the sweet and sour and bitterness that somebody can take. The best decision I ever made was not quitting music, and that was, ironically enough, easy as well, because when I tried to walk away from it, because of hard times and because of just tough things, because it was hard, suddenly I started falling in love again with music, because I lost everything else, all the distractions, and I was reminded why I picked up a guitar when I was 16 and started writing songs, and I started doing that again. So the choice was made easy for me, because kind of music reminded me that you can run but you can't hide. So I was lucky.
So I live next door to the music room in my halls, and like literally people are playing all the time. A lot of people kind of like wanting to kind of follow in sort of Bastille and London Grammar sort of footsteps and sort of form bands at uni and kind of make it big in the music industry. What would you say is your kind of piece of advice for those students that are kind of trying to make their way in the music industry?
I never know how to answer this question, because I don't think I have any advice, because I think the trick is just doing it. You know, I say, you know, some people say 99% is luck. I say 99% is showing up. And then if you're lucky enough to be heard or seen or whatever, that's fine. But just show up, just do it. Go play everywhere. You're not gonna ever do it just thinking about it. So I think the trick to anything in life is just doing it.
Thank you so much for talking to us. We really, really appreciate it. So I've been Claire, and this has been Jack, and this has been Dressing Room Diaries. Thanks for watching Fuse TV.